really hard to quit this series of shooting games. So uh, I decided to create the next part 3, today. And it's been really fun creating this. I also hope you enjoyed this, because this is stacking up in views, 42 views, and I'm really happy. In like the first one day and 20 hours, it just reached 42. So you guys enjoyed this a lot, and I decided to create the next video. So here we are in part 3 of this. So in the last episode we uh, stopped with the points and the score system, meaning like the timer and the points. So we have the shooter, it can shoot bullets. And if you haven't checked out the other parts of the video, I'm gonna put them in the description so you can check them out. Anyways, so we have these two in variable formats, and we also want to create lives as well. So that's the first thing we're going to create. And to do that, it's easy. We're going to create variables. This variable will be available to all sprites. That's because we're in the backdrop, and I said this in the last episode, so you can see that. So we're going to create it as lives. So we have this lives, and if you're wondering how this is like this, you right click the variable and click on large readout. So it becomes like this. Anyway, so I'm keeping this like this. I'm gonna keep it on the bottom of the screen, like this, maybe in the center, and yeah, that's good. So that's gonna be the lives, and let's go to player. Let's set lives to 3 lives. So if you see that, now we have 3, and now let's go to the enemy sprite. So now we're gonna when touching player, instead of instantly doing that, we're going to change lives by -1. And these two, when this broadcast game over, we're going to add an if statement here. And we're going to have if the lives is equal to 0, then we broadcast this. If you go to player, then we can remove this as well, and this, and we're gonna make this if touching what do you call, or actually let's just keep it like that. We can just go to operators, and if it's equal to 0, the lives is equal to 0, and then we will stop the script. And although that does not matter, because we are anyway stopping this, but just for your convenience I'm putting it like that. So yeah, so now if we see, it instantly deletes it because this is running forever. So we need to put delete this clone, but that can't be put in like that as well. So we're gonna have this in a different one. So we're gonna have this in here, in another clone. So when I start as a clone, forever, and then we'll have the delete this clone. Now why I remove that? You can't add a delete this clone to this, because if you see, it's just a straight line. It does not have this type of V. and that's what connects the blocks. If it does not have this, it means it's the end of that script. So now if we see now it works. So we have our working lives, and I want to make some animation as well, showing it losing the lives, and for that we're going to paint a new sprite. So I'm going to spend a bit time just drawing. So don't worry, I'm going to trim this part as well. So yeah. Alright guys, so I'm done with the health bar now, and it's just a set of 4 costumes having this, so it indicates the health. Yeah, I'm gonna add it to the same place over here. So first what we're gonna do for this is that we are going to go to the variables and go to hide the lives variable, and we're going to have when green flag clicked, it'll show. And now what we can do is we're going to set it to a position, maybe over here. I say here is oh yeah, here it's good. You can change it wherever you want. I'm just keeping it on a place where it's easy to see. So I have the health, we'll put it where it has to go, and then we can start the goal. So when it starts, we're gonna have it to switch to costume 1. As you can see, this is costume 1. I'm gonna grab a forever loop, and we're gonna take an if else, and we're gonna have the if else like that, and then we're gonna have it like this. So if the lives is equal to from 3, we're going to bring it down. What do you call so we're going to set if lives is equal to 3, then we are going to switch to costume 1, and then we're going to duplicate this and put this in the else. If lives is equal to 2, then we're going to switch to costume 2, as you can see this one. And then if lives is equal to 1, oh, so if lives is equal to 1, we're going to switch to costume 3, which is this costume. And if lives is equal to 0, so we're going to actually make a if statement. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to remove these two and have the if in this else. Then we're going to have switch costume to 4. And make sure all this if else is in the correct order so it works properly. So now if we see it loses health. Alright, cool. And it does not switch to the last costume because we have set to lives to 1, so we'll just set it to 0. Now let's see. Alright, now it works. Oh, and just see from here, just draw a white line because of this thing that came up. This as well. So that's because there was just some weird black dot that came, and I just wanted to hide that. And if you're wondering what this line is, it's just an effect that I wanted to make. Might as well make it a bit yeah, like that, that looks good. I'm gonna fill this as well, this, and for the green I will select this, take that, It's just to make it darker. You can have any type. Just to see, just for convenience. I mean that. So now if we see, yeah, we can shoot and all. That's good. And when we touch the enemies, we lose our health. So we want to make an animation on us losing health. So we're gonna go to the enemy, and if lives is equal to 0 here, we're gonna broadcast. So we're gonna broadcast a new command. Lost a life. Oh, I was not ready. Lost a life in brackets animation. And we're gonna go to the player sprite, and we're gonna have when I receive lost a life animation. So you're gonna add a bit of code here. So for this we're gonna create a my block section. So we're gonna create a block because we're gonna create a bit quite of code. So we're gonna name the block animation, and then yes. So we don't want this run without screen refresh. This is only if you are making like 3D games and all. So we might need to set it, but let's see. So we're gonna add this animation block in here, and we're going to drag this block. You always get this when you make a new block. And what we're going to start in the code here is we're going to grab a forever loop. Yeah, a forever loop, and we're going to change that later. So we're going to make a blink animation, like the like it pops out and then goes. So for that we're going to make it hide, show, hide and show. Now I'm just not going to do like this, it will not make sense. I'm going to grab a wait 1 second. And we're not going to set it to wait 1 second, maybe 0.3 seconds. And let's see how does that look like. Oh, I forgot. This will always happen, so we need to just remove this and put it like that. So we don't want that to happen at the end. So we're going to have a repeat until. I like to change this to 0.1. For your convenience, you can set it to any number, like any fraction of a second, or even wait 1 second. I'm just setting 0.1 so it looks nice. And we're gonna have a equal to operator in this repeat until lives is equal to 0. So let's see that. Oh, so that'll repeat. So let's have the not in this and let's drag it in. So not lives is equal to 0. So that does not do anything. The issue is that we are having a loop that creates this code stop or go continuously forever. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna delete most of this. We're gonna remove this, have this over here. Change it to 0.2, and we're gonna grab a repeat 3 times. That works. Oh. So we'll have a repeat 4 times. That looks a bit better. And when it stops, it does not work. So that's good. And now we can add a if statement saying if it touches the enemy, uh, um, we're gonna have another broadcast. Yeah, broadcast. No, actually no, that's for a different code. Why am I putting in this? So yeah, we have the animation working out, and yeah, that's good. And then we are gonna have. So the problem is that we don't have this happening, and while the animation is happening, we want the script of this if touching player change lives by 1. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to add a broadcast in wait, and let's see that now. Oh, okay, I just realized that you're just giving a wait command, so it will wait until response comes. So yeah, we need to remove that. And we can just have the normal broadcast. Oh, I took the wrong loop. Lost life animation. And now let's see. So it will not affect that. The problem is that it does not delete the clone because it waits for response. And why we put a wait is we make it invincible, meaning that if an enemy is touching it, it does not lose a life again. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this, I'm just gonna duplicate this, I'm gonna remove this, I'm gonna do this. So let's see this. So I want 2 enemies to spawn in. I just realized I have 1 left, so I need to start again. Oh, so I need 2 enemies spawning for this to happen. This might take a while. Yeah, there you go. I need them to come close together. And yeah, it does not instantly lose health after you get the wait command done. So yeah, it works. So now we have a working health system. And now I want to, create high score. So for this, we're going to create a new variable. And we're going to create high score. And this is going to be personal. You're not creating like so we're going to create world record as well, but not in this. So we're going to set for all sprites, and we have the high score. I'm going to add it to this here bottom, and what we're going to do is a bit advanced coding. The high score is going to be for number of points and time as well. So I'm just going to rename this to high score. This is for time, and yeah, so we're dealing with this high score of time. So what we're going to do in the player sprite is we're going to add in this when green flag clicked, if we're going to add a greater than. So if the timer is greater than high score time, then we set high score time to timer. This might seem a bit confusing, but now you see, yeah. So say for example I got this new high score of 6, and now it does not change because you have a high score here. So that's the high score of time, and now if I get a new one, now it again starts to increase. So we have a working high score. And now we're gonna add a game over screen. So for game over screen, I'm just gonna make a simple game over. So I'm gonna make this white because it's black. So what can I do? You can choose any font you want, and I'm gonna write game over. So we're gonna make this game over a bit advanced in the next one. So oh. So now it's in the center. So you have a game over screen. So when green flag clicked, we want it to hide. And then what we want is we'll grab a when I receive game over show. So now let's see. I'm just going to crash into these enemies. And there you go, we have a game over screen. So we're going to make this a bit advanced in the next tutorial, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.